trials like the lukewarm critical reaction to Hortense the Singing Crab, don't you, Mr. Balls? I know how you...
Son, no! I'm talking about the kind of trials that stretch your sanity to breaking point and beyond. The kind of torment that tests the limits of human endurance, strips bare the darker regions of one's own mind. After a while, pain becomes your only friend. The only constant in a world where every emotion except hate is sucked into a Sartre-esque void.
Sartre, wasn't he that French director? No, wait a minute, no. Wasn't he the first husband of Catherine Deneuve? Or was that that other guy?
No, son! He was a famous French man, great example of a Frenchman. Where were we now, son?
I think you were saying something about not being very happy, but couldn't we just talk about your movies, please, Mr. Falls? Yeah, but the only other movie you made in 1950 was Follow That Monkey with Bongo the Wonder Chimp, and that was a really funny movie. You must have had a million laughs.
Million tears, million deaths, million heartaches. Punctuated by the sound of the clapperboard, the crack of the chimp wrangler's whip, the sound of another empty whiskey bottle hitting the pile. Started off in the movie Saving the World. I wound up playing second banana to a bunch of monkeys. Making those Bongo the Wonder Chimp movies took 10 years off my life. Not that I want it back.
Mr. Balls, don't you think you've got just a little bit of a negative attitude about those days? Besides, you really hated Follow That Monkey so much. Why'd you go and make those 10 sequels for me? That Bongo the Wonder Chimp was just amazing. He could do anything. He could paint a portrait, use a pogo stick. He could ride a horse.
Look, it wasn't like that, man. I was there. I'm telling you.
Arguably the most adorable child star ever. What a professional. He must have been a joy to work with. Oh, not to mention Wilt Flop, the vaudevillian and character actor. I mean, I bet you got a lot of funny stories to tell about Wilt, huh? Bet you he was just as funny off screen as on. You can tell with a guy like that. I bet you he was just like in the movies, Mr. Balls. I bet he was, huh?
I wish I lived in your fantasy world, son. Just like in the movies, eh? If that's what you think, you're in for a surprise. So let me tell you all about it. The real truth about those movies has been covered up for decades. The real story is never being told, and with good reason. There are a lot of legal, not to mention moral problems associated with those movies. The artistic ones I won't even go into without a lawyer or psychiatrist present in the room. But old Rusty's time's running out. Not long for the world, and these aren't secrets I want to carry with me to the grave. So, barefaced lie number 1. Bongo the Wonder Chimp appeared in all 11 movies.
But that can't be a lie. I've seen every one of those movies. I mean, Follow That Monkey, Pardon My Gorilla, Father's Little Primate, Don't Tell Junior, my favorite chimp, Professor Chimp, Chimp Rodeo, Chimps Ahoy, the first chimp on the moon, and the final masterpiece of the genre, Ape Happy. Come on, Mr. Balls.
Bongo was killed by a falling chandelier on the 3rd day of filming Follow That Monkey. An accident? So they say. One of many mysterious accidents that was to befall almost all of my Mycenaean co-stars. Nothing was ever proven, no one was ever charged. It was Hollywood. But I tell you this much. It was lovable child star Tad Peckish that did it. He killed them all. And he laughed while he did it. He's still laughing today. I can hear him all the way from death row. He calls me sometimes.